Infantry. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another Wargaming and Miniature video. In this video, we're going to be doing an unboxing review of the Spanish Infantry black powder figures from Warlord Games. This is the second box. This is the 2nd and 3rd battalions. Yeah, these guys are the Fusiliers. I've already done a video on the Grenadiers, so go check that video out. First, and if you haven't, if this is the first video you're checking out, I want to make an observation, a quick observation. The new boxes look great. I like the layout. They're clean, they're smooth, they're elegant. They're not fancy, and but there is a fanciness in elegance. And let me show you an old box, not of the Spanish, but okay. So this is an old box of French line infantry, and you can kind of see there's not a huge difference, but there's enough of a difference to make for me to make these boxes look better. If I was a brick and mortar store and I had this on the shelf, this would look better stacked up next to other boxes like that, right? These just, they blend, they're smooth. The British, it looks good, right? Okay, a couple of differences. First edition black powder logo, 2nd edition black powder logo. They got rid of that BS box right there. Gone. Smooth. Like it. They took that and they moved it up to the top, which is right here. So instead of saying like hard plastic and metal, blah, 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 it says 25 Warlord resins. Warlord Games logo. Giant, covers almost half the box. No, I'm kidding, but still, that's not a bad location and size for the Warlord. But they shrunk it down just a little bit to make the art look better, to make it stand out better. They got rid of this black bar here, so it doesn't block the art. That's great. And then they took this line up at the top and they extended it and they framed it. It just looks better. In my opinion, it just looks way better. Okay, you might have heard me just say it. Warlord resin. Okay, so that means that these guys are probably going to be one-piece models. Okay, this box is pretty cool. It shows that it's got the bases, the leaflet, and the figures. It shows how this unit is painted. And then there's obviously this unit's another unit. And then yeah, so let me go ahead and take the plastic off of this, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, something just clicked in my head, which I'm going to have to go back. Black powder is done in battalions, not in regiments. I'm used to another game that uses regiments. This is the 1st battalion of a regiment. This could be the 2nd or 3rd battalion of the same regiment. So this could all be the 2nd regiment or the 3rd regiment. This would just be the 1st battalion of that regiment, and then the 2nd and 3rd battalions of that regiment. All right, let's open this up, take a look at it. First of all, you get the standard black powder base. You get the 40 millimeters plus the single 20s for skirmishers possibly, and then you get duals like a 2-figure bases, and then you get a 4-figure base, just depending on how you'd like to base your models. I like to use the 40s, but that's me. Now I'm going to pull this one piece of wood out. It has both blisters. We'll put the blisters there. We'll put the cardboard over there. Come on now. And there's the leaflet. This leaflet is exactly the same leaflet that you get in the 1st battalion. And it just kind of dawned on me why. Because it's not each box is in a different regiment. It's not a grenadier regiment. It's a battalion. Okay, so I had an epiphany. But same thing. You're going to get the Ferdinand, the 7th flags. You get 1st Regiment, 5th Regiment, 37th, 18th, and then the 2nd Swiss. And you get 2 flags per regiment, right? One would be your national flag and the other would be your regimental flag. So you'll have 2 standard bearers in a unit. All right, now you might want to notice that you get metal, 50 millimeter metal standards. That's super cool. Vase packed this one. Okay, I'm just going to dump the resin out. Don't forget the guidon. Standard, can't remember what those are called. Banners of some kind. You should get 2 of them. You do. You get 1 for each standard. Okay. Let me organize these into different molds and I'll be right back. All right, so these are the different poses you get. At first glance, I thought that these and these were exactly the same. I thought these and these were exactly the same. I could tell these were different. But looking at the leg, this one has a left leg forward. This has a right leg forward pose. Same thing over here. This has a right leg forward, but it's a long step. And this is a right leg forward, but a short step. So you do get 6 different poses there, not counting the command stand. And they come in groups of 3 or 4 figures. This is a total of 21 models, plus the 4 command. You do get 25. I'm not sure why they give you that 1 extra model. Did a little reading. I learned quite a bit just by reading the back of the box. Should have did that at the beginning. But it says basically that most regiments have 2 battalions. They have the 1st Battalion, which is usually 50% Grenadiers and 50% Fusiliers. So that's why you get Grenadiers and Fusiliers in the 1st Battalion box, because it usually comes split 50-50. And the 2nd Battalion always comes with all Fusiliers. And the reason why you get 25 figures is because even though they give you 2 standard bearers, historically each regiment only carried 1 flag, or each battalion carried only 1 flag. And they give you that extra Fusilier in case you want to replace your 2nd standard bearer with a historically accurate figure. They give you 2 standards because they know a lot of gamers like to field exactly what I was suspecting was a national flag and a regimental flag, which in the case of the Spanish, that's not the way they did it. The 1st Battalion carried the Coronella, and the 2nd and 3rd Battalion carried the Censilla. So I just learned quite a bit about the Spanish infantry just from this box. You get 2 guidon banners for your flags. You get your 4 command, and then you get your Fusiliers. Let me go ahead and zoom into these so you can kind of see what they look like. All right, we're going to start with the standard bearer. I'm sorry, the drummer. Look at the detail on the stitching for the drum. You get quite a bit of threading. It's very pronounced. Same thing with the collar. I'm sorry, the cuffs, the lapels. Yeah, there is a little bit of trim that you'll have to do cleanups using a sharp X-Acto. And then there's the backpack. I'm drifting. There we go. His sword. hair follicles. Okay, let's take a look at the officer. I'm not going to do all of them, but I'm just going to give you a good selection of them so you can kind of see. Under the guy's left ear right there, you can see there's a little trim that needs to be done over his lapel. But when you get metal models, you have to do that too. Some really good detail. His plume needs some trimming as well. Here's one of the standard bearers, standard bearer 1. Nice thick mustache. Fingers don't look too good. That doesn't look too good on his fingers. Once I trim it and paint it, it'll probably look better. This is the second standard bearer. Look at those hands. Just something about those hands are too big. Okay, that's a negative in my opinion. But it is a 28mm model, so you probably won't ever really see that. And plus I can trim those down a little bit. Okay, let's get a couple of Fusiliers. Here's a low carry. Nice strap detail. I like the fact that the turnbacks are actually nice and thick, so you can get some paint on those. Empty bayonet sheath is good because guess what? He's got his bayonet on the weapon. Let's take a look at one of the guys walking. Just low swing arm. Faces look pretty good. Faces do look pretty good. I'm happy about the faces. And the hands on most of these soldiers, I'm actually okay with. It was just those standard bearers. And this guy's like gripping his weapon like it's crazy. No, you've seen a million guys carry their weapons like that before. Or hugging their rifle. I should say musket, but still. Sorry, I'm drifting all over my arm. Is like I'm looking at the screen over here while holding the model over here, so I'm kind of like, yeah. Look at the hat. It's got the trim along the top. Yeah, they put a lot of detail in these. I'm really happy. I'm happy with them, but I can't really guarantee my happiness until I've actually trimmed them and put them together and painted them. Okay, general thoughts as I pack this away and put it away. I think it's cool that they give you 25 models instead of just a standard 24. Because most people build huge armies, that one extra figure can make the difference if you make a bunch of skirmisher units, or if you make a bunch of take an extra figure and put it on a command stand for your army general or something like that. So those figures will be put to good use. Don't like the hand on the standard bearers. Think they're too fat and squared off. I love the fact that you get metal standards, and the flags, they're on a, I like the fact that they give you a variety of flags, and I'm going to use them, but they come on a gloss paper, and gloss paper tends to crack when you start putting it on glue and trying to form the waves of the wind on your flag. When you start doing that, the flag starts to crack. So I'm going to have to try to figure a way to prevent that crack. I think soaking it is the way I'm going to have to go with that. As a model painter for my Wargaming and Miniature channel and my eBay store, having a model come as a one piece is a boon. That's a big deal because I can pull them out, trim them, paint them, base them, and they're done. Where previously, like the old Warlord models, you'd have to, or even Perry or Victrix, you have to snip off every little piece, like the left arm, the right arm, the head, the hat, the weapon, and you have to glue them all together, and that just takes way too much time. All right, guys, thanks for coming out and watching these videos, and expect more to come, and I will see, especially after I get these guys trimmed and put together, and I'll catch you next time.